Hello everyone, welcome to Top Trading Edge. Today we're going to take a look at the Alibaba has a stock earning coming in on Monday, which is on February 7th, Monday, and today is Saturday. So let's take a look at deep diving into the uh, Baba stock and see what's happening. Before we start, disclaimer please, this video is for education purpose only. I did not sell or uh, any financial advice or recommendation to buy or sell any sort of stocks or investment for your financial action. Please consult with your professional financial advisor before making any financial decision. So let's get started, guys. So today we're not gonna only look at the technical side of the Baba since it is earning. So we're gonna look at the three things in this video. One is the first fundamental, which are very, very important. Fundamentals because of based on the numbers earnings are depends on. Then second thing is technical, which gives you a price actions with the mirror image of, I would call it navigation. That gives you navigation because those are real price action. And third thing, we're gonna look at the geopolitical because every stock has three part of it to be successful, and we have to take a look at all three part when particularly on earning side, earning time, when you're playing the earnings. And if you have a half knowledge and you try to jump in, you could be a loser. And this is my experience. I'm telling 20 years that try to gain all three side of the knowledge to be a successful. And every video I'll be talking about three side of the knowledge, which is fundamentals, and then the technicals, and then the geopoliticals. So let's start with the technical first because since we have the chart in front of us, and we will deep dive in. So as you can see right now, current price is $122, and many people are asking that, hey, this price is been dropping. Well, we did say that when the sloping support, sloping resistance built here, and it was grinding down, and when it broke the 100-day and 200-day moving average, and that was the turning point. But sometimes for to see the future is very difficult, but believe in hope that it can probably not go. But I did realize it that this not looking good. Now we'll go that side later on. Let's start with the 6 year back. So as you can see 2016, this is how the trend started. What a beautiful trend. You can see this kind of chart. When you see it, looks like beautiful, right? As you can see that is this is the major sloping support from 6 year long. Very hard to find it like this, right? So every time it touches, it bounces, touches and bounce. So these are the supports and this is the resistance. So higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then it jumps higher, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? But from here the trend changes. So as you can see, like it's been grinding since $60 from here all the way to $300, $320. So I'm pretty sure it was Alibaba was the one of the top notch company where everybody would have invested. Many institution also has that investment into it. I would not know what price they invest, but like said, somebody invested at 200 because you know this is a consolidation area right here. This is the price where many people enter $200 range, and then it jump. So uh, then it jumped to 320, but very hard for to find the peak that what would be the highest peak. But when you see double top right here, trend, so he rejected here. That understand we is very hard to find the peak, but then broke this support 100-day moving average. Then again it broke the 200-day moving average. That is the bearish end right there. The red line is 200. Red line is a 200-day moving average, and the purple line is a 100-day moving average. So when it broke the 200-day moving average, that is the bearish trend right there. But it also you try to bounce back and try to test the resistance right here, but it also got rejected. Let me circle that so you can see that right here, right here. Then I also circled right here. So these are the three resistance where it got rejected. And then the major sloping support, which I have built right from here, 6 years major sloping support, right? So this was a double top when it tried from here going down, broke the 100-day purple line, 200-day red line, and then again it tried to bounce back from here, right? And it got rejected at the sloping resistance. This is the sign where it gives you that it got rejected, and then again try to break the 200-day moving average right here. That is not a good sign. Now when this happened, February 2021. Okay, so this is the technical side right here a little bit, but we have to also go along with uh, the trend. If you take a look at it, this trend is bearish trend. So I'm going to type it here. Whenever you see a trend, trend takes time to build. It doesn't happen overnight, right? Each candle represents right here. Each candle represents one day of the work. So these are real projections. So I believe in a trend because these are real projections and these are the true. I can't just go by the media, what are the headlines they create and say, hey, happening to this happening to China or that happening, based on that you take the action. These are the real projections. So we have to sometimes give a time because look, this is whole process is 1 month, again 1 month like this from here to here. So sometimes you got to give a time. So these are real thing happen, and one time rejected, second time sloping. So you try to break through the resistance. It could not. If it would have been broke the resistance, then you never know. Then it could have been lower low. This is lower low, lower high, but it tried to break. It could not break. So this is not like from here to here is higher high. From here to here is lower low, and then lower high. So it's trending down. That's why I said bearish trend. And this from here to here is almost processes from what I look at my cursor on the down bottom is November was the top. I'm sorry, October, November 2020, and then right here February. So almost 5 months of work. So from here to here is 5 months, right? So 5 months it got rejected here, and then trying to consolidate at this area where the support is. So how long would it take? May to July. So 3 months. So it's from here to here. It took 3 months. Trying to break through this resistance, because remember this is the higher, lower high, lower low. So when you create a lower low, the price is also going down. Look at here, the price is going down because people are there to create the liquidity in the market. If the price is $300, you're not gonna find the buyers. You might find the buyers here, but nope. You might find the buyers here, nope. So then it tried to, at this price, 225, you still did not find the buyer. Buyer did not have the enough power to, buyer did not have enough power to poke through the ceiling right here, right? So then it failed. Let me remove this so we can see this. Zoom in right here. So we could not, right? Now the major play is the sloping support, which is this one right here. It tried to test here, did not break. At this price did not break, which is $70. It did not break this support, which was $87. Then another support did not break, $122. Several times it tried. Look at that, how many times it tried. Right here, right here, right here. Several times it tried, right? These are the support it's been trying. So this is major sloping support. Now when did it break? Never broke here, never broke here. But then it broke at $210. And then I said at that time, my few friends, they had these stock, and I did mention the, hey, major sloping support broke and this is bearish. But again, remember, this is like a Apple of China. It's like a big company. Many institution has the money invested into this, so they believe in this company. Well, sometimes, believe me, I have my 20-year experience. I'm telling you, based on history, there's a many good company. Forget about Baba. That time, they all are bankrupt, zero. So we can't just blindfold bullish. Remember, blindfold, I call it. I don't say diamond bully, diamond handed bullish. No, I'm not talking about that also. But this is like, oh no, it's going to be up because it's a good Chinese company. No, because like I said, half knowledge is incomplete knowledge when you invest into the stock market. And most of the 99% people have a half knowledge to invest into the stock market. It was including me. But then I try to find out, because 85% people, including institution, they also lose a lot of money into the stock market, and they are losers. Retailers are 95% retailer, 99% retailer lose money into the stock market. When you look at the graph long time, we can't just go and celebrate somebody posted, I made a $50,000 today. That's one time, and then they never post what they lose, right? So what my goal is to teach you is not to just go and celebrate your victory, because you can win one time, but you will be never winner. You, as a retailers, you will be never winner. Always house wins, and this rule is not just to make a laugh of, but it's true. So what we need to learn out of it. Let's make our foundation stronger. The moment we make our foundation stronger, we can grow stronger. But the moment you think I want to top it out and go from here to fly, then we're gonna lose, because we have a foundation is weak. So my goal is to make this video to teach you, let's make foundation stronger. So now look at this. When this broke right here, and then what happened? When this broke in July 21st. It broke right here. So 210 it broke. This very sign. Since then, it's been grinding, because many people in the market, believe me, including my few friends, they were asking me, this is a hell of a good deal, because $320 Alibaba, and then you get a discount of $25. People think, oh, it's good. Then $50 discount is a good buy. And there's a lot of thing goes on the market. Hey, it's a good buy because it's $50 discount now. Guess what? It become $100 discount, and he was the same thing he was thinking. $100 discount Alibaba, no way you can get it. $100 discount. So they do, in the market we call it dollar cost average. Dollar cost average, I do not believe in 90% of the time, just because looking at the valuation, because valuation does not matter unless you have the full complete knowledge of fundamental as well as technical as well as geopolitical. Then only you can apply that valuation. Otherwise, you will be a fooler. There are many people who lost the money in the market, and some people do gambling. They think, oh, their stock was $200, now it's $100, 50% discount. Let me buy, and they put all this. Probably they put their mortgage into it. They mortgage their house and put the money into it. No, that's the wrong way to do it. Always analyze in depth. So in this scenario, as you can see right here, broke that, and then since then what happened? All right. So nobody can see the future right here. If you look at you cannot see the future what's going to happen. But these are the indicators, and now you can see that this market has the chart is giving you real price action. Is each candle represents one day of the work. So remember now how many days it took. From here, since it broke July, right? Then October. Look, it's almost like a 4 months from here to here. But we live in a hope. Something breaks, we are here. We don't know. These are the really people don't have the understanding of what would happen from here. They don't have a GPS. They don't have a crystal ball. But look, nobody has a crystal ball to see the future. But what we do is we need to find the GPS. So your GPS should be your three things: fundamental knowledge, technical knowledge, and geopolitical. Right? If you don't have that, then you will be keep asking, you'll be keep copying the trade of somebody, or you will believe in a hope, and that hope will one day it will be on a test, just like this floor. And the floor breaks, you would not know what's going to happen. Then you say, oh no, it's going to come back. Never mind, it's going to come back. It's just $200. It's going to come back to maybe one. It's too cheap now. It's going to come back 180, 190, because you don't have the GPS. You don't. If you have a GPS, you can you can reach to the destination. This is without destination. You are riding basically. So what I guys tell you is, do not invest your money into the stock if you do not have a GPS, and do not copy anybody's trade because you think they're gonna. That's why I try to avoid mentioning anywhere that, hey, I bought this and I bought this. Trying to avoid it, because people copy and they lose. Because I can be a different kind of player. You could be a different kind of player. Everybody's DNA is different. That's the reason. Because there are different types of trade. There's a different things too. We can talk later on. But on this one, it broke, and then look at this support. This support was $132. That was a major support too. October is a horizontal support. October 18, one time, two time, a third time. This broke in real quickly. Look at this support. It took a little time, right? 3 months, and this support broke in a minute. One or 2 days right here. So that was, excuse me. So $130 support broke, and then it tested $109 right here, $110 support right here. So then this happened in December 21st, and since we are here consolidating 2 months, 3 months, so we are right here. Now what's happening here? Look, one time support tested, second time support tested, third time support tested. Now people want to know what do you think is going to happen by tech, and so in future, because the earning is coming. Look, earning can have a dirty games because market maker do play dirty games with the options, and they have a target, so they pump in money, or they basically go bullish, or they can go be uh, they can short, depends on options. What are the options that are, how many calls been bought, how many puts have been bought. Based on that, they analyze and they want to make money out of it. So because every news, every earnings, every headlines has an advantage where market maker can play that advantage, because that's up to them how they play. So I always tell everybody that be careful, particularly earning time, because you know it can be a dirty game. So all right, so what do I see right now in this chart? What How do I see from here onwards? Well, I mean, if you take a look at it, it looks to me a W right here, right here, right here, right here, right? So, wow, it looked like bullish, right? Yep. But I see something else. I don't know, do you guys see or not? But I got to go back to 4 hour chart. This is daily chart. I got to go back to 4 hour chart. And this I don't see yet, but it might happen. It might happen, guys. It can happen. It might can happen, and let's see if that happens or not. I'm trying to make a short video. I don't want to go crazy on it. So if you look at this, pretty much this is the support actually right here. Then this one I'm just gonna make real quick. Now this thing is forming yet. It's not done yet, so we gotta go like this. Maybe here, maybe here. So if you can see right here, this is the head and shoulder right here. So what does that mean, head and shoulder? This is your head and this is your neck, right? And this is the support we have. We are at the support $110. Now, process is longer here, Joe. Just to let you know, it's not going to happen in 1 day, 2 days, 10 days, because of each candle represents 4 hours of work. So I'm going to go daily now. Let's see, daily. So this is just the assumption, okay, right? Based on this is my assumption that it can happen if it is a, you know, head and shoulder pattern. Now, what is head and shoulder pattern is bearish sign. So let me show you probably. Trying to make this video real quick, but right here, right? As you can see, head, right shoulder, left shoulder, and then breaks right here, right? So that's bearish sign too. But again, I don't want to scare on based on that just because that's the bearish. But I mean, still in the play. It's a long way to go. Still in the play. So we are talking about the earning. So that's why I don't want to go too much into it. I'm gonna delete that. Okay. So let me get going on this video. Now we have 100-day moving averages right here, grinding down from all the way to here. We need to get above that. Why? Because the moment it get above this support, then we have another resistance. I mean, this support is our resistance too. $130 is our resistance, and this W setup can help and grind higher 130, and then next resistance is 40, which is 100-day moving average. And then, wow, look at that. Let's touch that right here. So you see that? So we need to get above 142. This is the major sloping resistance, guys. Uh, I see something, but these are just assumption, prediction, and I don't believe in those. Those are like fortune tellers. I don't want to be a fortune teller, but I just want to see what I see right here. So if we get above 142 somehow, some reason in the long run, then we can be in the game, because 100-day average moving below 200-day. You see that this is 200 moving average and this is 100-day moving average. So we are running below 200 days. That is like really stock is very, very low price going. Since how long it's been going? Like, look, 200-day moving average is above 100-day. Now look at here. Do you see anywhere 200-day here bullish? Look here, going up 200-day moving average, always below 100-day moving average. 200 is always below 100-day, right? And here 100-day is below 200-day. So that's not good. So I mean, it's good for the buyers, all right? So we are now, candles are getting smaller here nearby. So if we cross 140, 142 area, then we could be like a semi bullish. But again, these are technical side right now. We can't just technical can be overruled if any fundamentals or any geopolitical take anything, any actions or any catalyst take place, then this can be overruled. So just to show you, we have to keep this in mind. You got to write down the prices about what are the where the all the resistances are. Based on that, some people want to trade daily or weekly, or swing trades monthly, or some people are long from body from here. I don't know where they buys. Based on that, so every trader is different, right? Some people just want to trade on earnings. Some people wants to trade swing because they found the support and they think, I want to buy it here and maybe I'll take $10, $15, $20 profit based on that. But those are assumptions. So let's uh, uh, let's get going on this now. When is the earning? Earning is Monday. And what are the now we're going to talk financial of the stock. So what will be the impact on the which direction financial can take this company? So their estimation is 38 point almost $39 billion they're estimating, and their EPS is estimated is $2.52, right? Excuse me. And last time it was 31. So they are trying to achieve which they could not achieve last time, 31 billion, and then 174 EPS, and then previously it was 31, 32. They were very close to his 31 billion. So basically they are getting $31 billion so far, and 250 EPS is 250. So you 250, 175 is 225 EPS. And then this time they are expecting more, which is little scary. And we have supply issues. Remember, worldwide supply issue. And remember, China has the zero tolerance policy when it comes to COVID. Whenever, if any town they find one or two COVID case, they lock down the whole town. If you lock down the whole town, where the hell the supply comes? That's why right now supply issue would be impacted on Baba too. So just guys keep, these are all these assumptions, right? We don't live in China. We don't, we would not know what exactly how their policy is so weird that we can't even understand half the time. And they hide many things when we would not know. So just to keep in mind, overall that policy is zero tolerance policy for the COVID. So that also can play. So if they could not achieve here 31, and they try to achieve here is 38, almost 39, that's not feasible. But again, I don't not like the hope that they will achieve these. It can be because last time they paid a lot of money to government and all. So all right, so these are the, I mean, scenario which I can see right now on earning side. But do you think these numbers are good or not good? Huh? Now let's take a look at it. I'm gonna bring this one more chart here. So now let's look at the financial. If you look at the financial here, right here. So their market cap is 320 billions. but their outstanding shares, I think I need to go back to right here. So if you look at that, 320 billion is market cap, and their outstanding share, like if you see this shares outstanding, almost 3 billion, 2.7 billion outstanding share. So that's why 320 divided by 270. So it's like this is the one piece of pie, and they have to share with this many people. So the market cap is 320. So the price is right now 320 divided by 3 comes out 120 almost, right? So that's the stock price right now, 122 current price. So based on 122, is this a real good value? Now let's take a look at the Yahoo. What I like to see is the future. I do not like to see the past. So past PE ratio is no good. We need to take a look at the future past. So how do we calculate the future past PE ratio? 13, almost 14. So this forward PE ratio, that's why Warren, Charlie Munger bought Alibaba, because they think this is a good value to buy. Because look at any stock you open up and go to yahoo.com and go to statistic and type it in and look at the forward PE ratio. If sometimes they don't give a forward PE ratio, many places are wrong because it's a future projection. So as you can take a look at here, forward PE ratio is here for Baba is two times. That's wrong. So I'll help you to calculate on here real quick so we can see that. So if you look at that, forward PE ratio is basically, we're gonna go back to what you call it, little bit mathematics here. So you can see, so let's calculate a hypothetical that price is $125 right now, and forward PE ratio is basically future price projection. People want to see what they're going to do in future. I don't want to see your past, right? All right. We understand that that's your projection. They need to see. So current price, what are the current prices are? So whatever the stock price is, we have to divide by the future earning. So what is future earning is, we got to go back to the past. Future, right now we're going to look just to understand, on an average 31, the EPS was, earning per share is 180, 175, right? Then previous was 250, 175, and their estimation 252. So on an average, they are getting, basically they are somewhere 225. So let's think 225 is their average EPS, earning per share. So we got to divide by, let me open a calculator. So we need to bring this. So 125 is the price, divided by EPS. So how many EPS? Each year has a 4 earnings, 4 quarters, right? So we took 225, sorry, 2.25 into 4 quarters. So sorry, comes out 175 to 252. So on an average, I would say around $2. Let's take $2. So $2 into 4 is $8. And what is the price right now? 120, 125 average divided by 8. So EPS is 15. What are the EPS? Yahoo saying 1377 based on 133. Yeah, so somewhere around 14, 15 is the EPS coming out. So whenever you see earning per share ratio like this, forward P earning, so basically is very cheap. Anything below $20 is a good value. So that's a future projection. So when we talk about the numbers, definitely it looks like a bargain price on this one. Now that was a fundamental we have. Whenever you invest money into it, you got to look the fundamental. Now let's check something else also. Why we need to take a look at this. I made a video on Square, so you got to take a look at it, what happening in the Square, and why people think it's too cheap. And then I don't think it's cheap. But this is just to compare little numbers. How do we need to compare? So look, stock was here and $32, and he went to 300. People think, oh, the stock was $290. Now is $108. $200 discount is a good bargain, right? But let's come back here. square P ratio, forward P ratio, future 54 is a lot. So still it has air in the balloon to come out, according to me. But again, how long? Nobody knows, right? We have to give the time to the market, and market will decide. You and me can't just go long or bearish based on those, but just to give you example idea. So that's how we need to calculate. Same here. The value wise is definitely good here, which is Baba. Excuse me. Right. So 13 forward P is excellent, looking good, great, and as you can see right here is consolidating this area right here in this area, which is 110 and 125 based on earning tomorrow. Now, what would be the my idea on this one? I would get on a side because numbers does not look good to me. But so what does it mean? It can be, if it is good, what are the chances? Now you have to these are all like a prediction. If numbers are good, you have these resistance and that resistance. So you need to 130 resistance to be broke, need to break. Though is a W pattern is forming, so which could be a good sign. But again, is earning. So I don't want to be right now. You see I need to break this sloping support, sloping resistance, go above, then I'm bullish. So whatever your positions are, based on that you analyze it. And this resistance is 130 to cross to go above, because that was the previous resistance too. Right, so this area need to cross. This area is very critical area. Right now we are in a critical area where market will take a little time to consolidate. I don't think so it's going anywhere right now until unless some mind-blowing earning comes in. But remember, now we just talk about the financial. Now let's talk about geopolitical, because remember, geopolitical, those can overrule everything of financial as well as technicals. Now, why this happened? Do you know what this happened? Why this Baba has been selling off? Hmm? Anybody knows? Boy, Baba selling off. It's a geopolitical business, guys. At that time, if you remember, I remember Jack Ma, right? When he in 2020, when Trump was president, and that time I remember he went in China. He called a lot of investors, and he made a appearance and he said we're gonna have a ant. If you remember the ant group he created, and then he launched Ant Bank. When he launched the ant bank, and he challenged, pretty much his statement was like challenging the government regulators. You cannot fight with the government, you cannot fight with the regulators, because they got the power wins. Just like our stock market, power wins. No matter 95% retailer has money and they buy the stocks AMC at $8, $10 and $70, and 10% people who has money and they buy AMC or short AMC, who is winning? Not the 90% people. The market makers are winning, right? Just like that here also. So regulator, if you recall, Jack Ma was, people say lost or found. Jack Ma, there's a lot of thing going on in this time here in December, October, December time in 2020. Jack not found. Jack Ma is not found. It's a dead or alive, lost and found. Then eventually Jack Ma was found. So all this, how dirty games goes in China. We all know that when he was lost and found, and dead or alive, and all these thing game. It was just the political things where we can't just poke in too much inside. But bottom line is, when political comes, you can win, and we all know China does not like anybody can challenge their own finance. And Jack Ma was trying to probably create his own currency, or Alipay first he did, and then he's trying to create the bank. And government wants to control the money over there, man. You can they there is no way you can fight there. Then eventually he was found, and then those are mutual understanding with the regulators, with the governments, and say, hey, oh, I was wrong, I'm sorry, I'm going to pay the penalties and all, and something he did internal settlement with the government. And then since then, as you can see, trend is going like this. But then on top of the pie, I also add you another one, that this is the topping again going on. Why? Because China and USA does not get along due to the treaty they have, and then they don't like China because copying our intellectual properties. And since then, that was seen from Trump era, and Biden is also continuing the same thing. He said, "No, you guys need to change your policy." So China said, "No, we're not gonna change. We're gonna create our own Wall Street in Hong Kong." I remember that last year they said they're gonna create their policy. They're gonna bring back all the Chinese company which are listed in US, and they're gonna create their own financial system in Hong Kong. But they know that nobody world don't trust Chinese, so that's what normally happen. And then now they bent down and they said they will allow Chinese company to trade in US. Earlier, do you remember DIDI? That company also um, uh, got long. Sorry, the guy's video is getting longer now. I need to cut it short. So anyway, so those are the scenario happen. So geopolitical is not looking good, and I am sure trading Chinese stock in US would be a, you know, I doubt that American government would want Baba to go up. That is nobody gonna come. There will be no headline anywhere, anything, right? But eventually, the sentiment around US investor is to avoid Chinese company. That does not mean Charlie Munger goes and buys it because he sees the value, because he's the investor who's going to hold the stock for 10 years. There is no way he thinks I can just buy it for bottom, but he thinks let me get it at least somewhere decent price, because why? What do I see here? Major support is $85 right here. This is major previous. So this was 2016 and all. So this major support is 85, even if this breaks. So right now is a undervalued stock, but geopolitical has to solve that issue, and that issue takes a longer time to solve it. That's why I don't like to be crazy bullish, but market maker play dirty games and they break these resistance and they play here. That can happen too. So guys, um, area is very critical here, right? And stock is already beaten down, so does not have much juice left inside to break more and all. But again, there is right now still Chinese government and US government not getting along. So as you can see, neo stock, Chinese stock, many Chinese stock, they're all beaten down to 80% off, 90% off. So just be careful here getting long here. The reason behind it, what I would wait is, I would, if I have to buy something, I always wait for resistance to break, then I would enter, because that is my at least safety, because that's my resistance, major sloping resistance broke, and then the trader or buyer lines up, because they need to break above 100-day moving average. So this is what I would prefer. If it is earning, I would get on side, because market maker can break these and then take it here also. But again, that's too much, guys. Okay, I don't want to be bearish on that side too. But scenario what I explain you, geopolitical is very heavy on this. That's why these stock could not get off the deck. If you take a look at it, nowhere. It's always lower, low, lower, low, lower, low, lower, high, getting rejected from here, and then again lower, low. Now it's consolidating from here. We got to watch and break these. Then I can be bullish. All right, guys. So I took a little longer here, but I just wanted to teach you. You can go with the half knowledge and deep diving in, and then you believe in hope, and then when it tanks, you feel pain, right? People think, oh, this is good value, and then it tanks. That's the reason I just want to teach you guys. Any questions? Post any comments under below, and I'll be able to respond to you back. Also, follow me on Twitter, where I always tweet a lot at Top Trading Edge. You can find me on Twitter, as well as I post on Facebook also, but mostly I'm on Twitter, and the YouTube I always make videos on based on request. So, and also I would highly appreciate, guys, if you like my homework. You can subscribe my channel, because I just started the channel a couple of weeks back, and I need more subscriber to create my contents. If you like the contents, I think we need to reach to the more and more audience. So YouTube would know that those contents are good, because if people don't subscribe or like anything, then my message won't reach to the people. Thank you for being here today. Until next, bye.